Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Hope, and if you are new here, you're highly welcome to Tasty City. To my old returning subscribers, you all are so amazing. If you are yet to subscribe, please take a moment to click on the red button there that says subscribe. That's where you become part of this tasty team. So today on the menu, we'll be making this amazing rice and beans jollof with fried fish. Absolutely delicious. So if you'd like to see how I made this, please keep watching. Don't forget to click the like button, share and subscribe. And without wasting much of your time, let me run you through the ingredients and let's get cooking. Here are my list of ingredients for this recipe, and I've got 5 cups of basmati rice. You may use more or less depending on the number of people you're cooking for, and feel free to use any rice of your choice. Here I've got 3 cups of black-eyed beans, which I've been soaking for like 2 or 3 hours thereabouts, and this will help with the cooking process. For my protein of choice, I'll be using tilapia fish. Mine has already been washed with some lemon to get rid of the fishy smell. You can feel free to use any protein of your choice. Here I've got some tomato sauce, and this is a combination of blended plum tomatoes, red bell peppers, scotch bonnet peppers, onions, ginger and garlic, which I blended and allowed to steam dry on a medium heat for like 30 minutes to get rid of the excess liquid. In here I've got some chopped onions, and this is a combination of purple and white onion. You don't have to combine the both, so feel free to use any one of your choice. And for garnishing, I'll be using mixed bell peppers. This makes your meal so colorful, plus they are super healthy. To season, I'll be using 1 teaspoon of curry powder, 1 teaspoon of nutmeg, 1 teaspoon of thyme and 1 teaspoon of rosemary. For seasoning cubes, I'm using 1 Maggi tablet or shrimp seasoning, 1 fish seasoning cube, some salt to taste, and then lastly I've got some blended crayfish. So now that you've seen all the ingredients we're gonna be using, let's get cooking. To begin, I'll start by rinsing the beans. Once the rinsing process is completed, I'll pour the beans into a cooking pot. Next, I'll add some water to cover up the beans, and I'll allow to cook on a medium heat for about 20 to 25 minutes, or until the beans is about 70 or 80% cooked. While that is cooking, in a preheated oil, I'll add in 1 onion. This step is totally optional, but I'm all about the flavor. This will add some onion flavor to the fish and also infuse some onion flavor to the oil, because we're going to be using the oil to fry the jollof stew later. And at this point, I'm going to fry some of the fishes because my pan won't be enough to contain the whole fish. So I'll be frying them in 2 batches. And I'm going to fry this till they are nice and golden brown. At this point, they are nicely fried, and oh my goodness, just take a look at that. Beautiful. So I'll place them on a kitchen paper towel to absorb the excess oil, and then repeat the same process with the remaining. Our fishes are ready and nicely fried, so we're gonna set this aside. And for the onion that was thrown into the oil, you can blend this along with your tomatoes. Mine has already been blended, so I'm gonna allow this to cool down completely, and then put it in a Ziploc bag and save it in my freezer for next time. Alright, lovely fam, so here is our beans after cooking for about 20 or 25 minutes thereabout. As you can see, it is about 70 or 80% cooked, and this is exactly what we want, and the remaining cooking process will be completed with the rice. The next step will be making the jollof stew. So in a clean dry pot, I'll be adding some oil, and this is the same oil we just used to fry the fish. I'll be adding about 2 cooking spoons, but you can add the oil according to the quantity of jollof you're making. And I will let the oil heat up a bit. And once that is heated up, I'll go ahead and mix my spices and add half of the spices to the oil, and then I'll reserve the rest for later use. So you want to make sure your heat temperature is at medium, and don't let the oil get so hot because you don't want the spices to burn but to release their flavor and aroma. At this point, I'll add half of the spices and reserve the rest for later use. And we're going to saute this for just 30 seconds and then add in our chopped onion and saute for about 3 minutes thereabouts. So after 30 seconds of sauteing the spices, you want to add in the chopped onion and saute for 3 minutes. The aroma in here is just so amazing. Like at this point, your neighbors will know that something delicious is cooking in your kitchen. At this point, I'll be adding my steamed, dried or boiled down tomato sauce, and I'm going to be frying this on a medium heat for about 12 or 15 minutes. But if you are using a freshly blended tomatoes, please be sure to fry this down for at least 25 to 30 minutes. So while the jollof stew is frying, I'll quickly come over here and wash my rice, and please make sure to keep an eye on the pot and make sure you are also frying on a low to medium heat to prevent the pot or the jollof stew from burning. So at this point, I'm just going to quickly rinse my rice till the water runs clear. So back to the jollof stew. It has been frying for like 15 minutes now and it smells so delicious. I'll just give it a quick stir and then add the rest of my spices. So first I'm going to be adding the spices we reserved earlier. That is the thyme, rosemary, nutmeg and curry powder. Then next I'll crush in my seasoning cubes. Once that step is done, I'll add a bit of salt to taste, add about 2 cups of water, then cover and allow to cook on a medium heat for 5 minutes. Alright, lovely people, exactly 5 minutes later, I'll give this a quick stir, then add in the fried fish. This step is totally optional, but I just want the fishes to absorb the flavor from the fried stew before adding in the rice and beans. Into the stew goes the fishes, and the aim is not to cook the fishes in the sauce, but just to coat them with the tomato stew and then set them aside. Once that is done, the next step is to add in the blended crayfish. Next, I'll be adding about 3 cups of hot boiled water, then add in the washed rice and the pre-cooked beans. And now we're going to mix very well to combine, then test for seasoning and adjust if needed. And please make sure the water content is about the same level with the rice and beans. Then cover and allow to cook till the liquid dries up. Alright, tasty team, so at this point I checked and the liquid is completely dried, but the rice and beans is still quite hard. So I'm gonna be topping a bit more of water, and once that process is completed, I'll shake the hand of the pot a bit to enable the water sink down. Next, I'll place a parchment paper on it to help me trap in the steam. That way I don't have to add more water, and I'm going to cover and cook on a medium heat for additional 10 minutes. Our rice and beans is now fully cooked, so I'm going to fluff this up a bit, then introduce in the mixed bell peppers. And once that is stirred in, I'll turn off the heat because I don't want to overcook the veggies. I still want them to have a bit of crunch and also retain their nutrients. But if you're not a fan of crunchy veggies, after adding in the veggies, you can stir, cover and allow to cook for additional 3 minutes. So there we go, tasty team, our rice and beans jollof with fried fish. I really hope you all have enjoyed watching today's recipe. If you did, be sure to click the like button, subscribe and share. Also turn on your notification post to be notified whenever I upload a new video. So thank you all so much for watching. Until I see you next time with something delicious, stay blessed and bye for now.